The foundation, um, coming at you with our Cowboys versus the Rams video. You know who I rolled with. I always roll with the Cowboys. Before I get started, I just like to say, to Triplets Cowboys 90. Um, Hopefully, your medical issues gets taken care of very fast. Hope we see you sooner rather than later. You know, sending my prayers and nothing but my best wishes to you. Also to my boy, Five Rings. Losing a brother is never, never, I don't know what it's like to have that happen. So I haven't, I don't know what words I can say other than keep your head up, stay strong for you and your family. And sending my nothing but my aloha, love, and prayers to you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I guess I can do story time. Me growing up. I shouldn't tell the story. Me and my brother, he's not a big NFL guy. He's more of an Oklahoma Sooner college guy, but he used to love Eric Dickerson. And the playoff game where Eric Dickerson shredded us. My brother was relentless, and to the point where I ended up punching him. And the Rams really had our number back then, and he used to tease me a lot. So that's one of my things. And when we face the Rams, I kind of take a little extra. And even though I know he doesn't like the team anymore, I take a little satisfaction in knowing that we beat him. Even though he doesn't like them anymore. So anyway, with their offense, versus our defense. We've been losing the time possession battle, and our defense been so far up to the task, been fighting, been doing what they can to keep us in the game and all that. But their offense is one of the top scoring offenses in the league right now. I think they are the best team in scoring, I think. But say what you want about Goff, he's getting the job done, and with the weapons around him, he's taking full advantage. Obviously Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was very high touted running back. I wouldn't mind having him that year. Also, if he wasn't injured, maybe he would have gone way more higher, because he was obviously a top 5 talent in that draft. Sammy Watkins. Clemson, they produced a lot of wide receivers. And, Sammy Watkins, he's been nicked up a lot. And, his biggest downfall is his availability. He hasn't been able to stay healthy enough. But when he's been available, he's been very productive. Tavon Austin, he kind of, with all the new things going around, he kind of gets forgotten in this. And, but he still can take the top off the defense, and he still... he still can, be a little, he can be a real mismatch underneath, in the middle of the field kind of thing. Cooper Kupp has been a great fight for them, and if you watch the Cowboys draft show, they were, Brian Broaddus and Dane Brugler was pretty high on him. He was doing really well against us in the preseason game, so. And if you look at in Everett, their top pick, very so far he's been doing his part, contributing when he can, and all that. And so our defense, though, that's why we're gonna need our offense, because Sean Lee is probably a game time decision. And what I saw was that Anthony Hitchens was listed on the questionable thing, so they might Might be a game time decision. I doubt it, but you never know. Also, with that being said, not getting to our offense yet, but Keith Smith, if they're gonna sign they're gonna have their active 46. Keith Smith can go back to linebacker, and which he's becoming one of my favorite guys, because I don't know how many times we got rid of this kid, and we always invite him back, and he does his job. He comes in, he doesn't complain, and does his job. I would like to see him more involved in the running game, because in the pass game he's a good sneaky guy to come out of the backfield. Like everybody forgets him, and then he can catch a pass and do something with it. But anyway, sticking with the defense yet. Jordan Lewis, look, I mean, to get that little practice time and to be basically a starter, right away, it's a trip that and then Scandrick goes down for a little while, and he comes right in and is like not does a good job against the Cardinals team, which they have a lot of weapons at the wide receiver position. Also Xavier Woods, hey, my guy, he comes in again. When Scandrick went down, he took that slot as a dime guy, and they were doing really well, and that's how they got that package going, and they clogged the whole backfield and everything. I don't think we can get away with that easily because of Todd Gurley. So we're gonna really need our defensive line to really step up, and Jalen Smith, Damian Wilson, and whoever else is playing linebacker, they need to step up. Byron Jones needs to step up, and we have to get off the field. We cannot be losing the time of possession battle, and get to our offense. Our offensive line hasn't been looking like our offensive line. We're 1-1. We're losing the time of possession battle, which is, everybody's thinking like, oh, you guys only win because you guys get the time of possession. You guys grind out the games, and the last 2 games we've been very lopsided. 10 minutes, in the negative, and we're 1-1 because of it. But we need our offense to step up this game. And it's not going to be an easy task. You got Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was my favorite player in that draft that year, that 2014 draft. As soon as the Rams suckers, as soon as those Rams took him, I was Zach Martin. That was like my 2 guys, and was like this, like how I wanted Aaron Donald just a little bit more, but as soon as they took him, I was like, ooh. Zach Martin, obviously because I didn't want the quarterback. Brockers, Quinn, Westbrook, good defensive lineman, sorry. Ogletree is a good linebacker. Jermaine Johnson, another Pro Bowl caliber cornerback, is going to be up against Dez again. So Dez is being faced a lot of hard, a lot of good cornerbacks this early in the season, but we're gonna need him to hopefully he can get some. It's not. I don't think it's gonna be the quantity of his catches. I think if he can get a good play in early and keep that safety from, just staying in the middle or coming down. If he can get a play where he does something, it's gonna be more about quality than quantity, but. If he can get them, then keep that safety honest. Don't let them sneak any other way. We're gonna need that. T. Will has been very productive. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's like top 2 in our passes, receiving catches and all that. Bryce Butler, keep it up. I know I called you out, but keep it up. Hopefully, hopefully this is a big game for, because I think LaMarcus Jr. is going to be out of this game, and hopefully that Cole Beasley gets a big game. And which is weird that Jason Witten, I think, only had 1 or 2 catches in the last game. So we need that, and our offensive line needs to play like our offensive line. Zeke has really, I'm going to call out Zeke and say, we really need a game from him. I know he got a little bit upset telling the reporters to shut up, the critics shut up, but we're gonna really need a big game from him and the offensive line. Dak, just continue what you're doing. Lead this team, get that win. I don't care how you do it. Get that win. I don't care if it's 100 yards, 500 yards. Just get us this win. Other than that, don't have not much to say. It's gonna be an early game, so I hopefully everything goes smooth because I work graveyard and I pull my bank like half an hour before kickoff, so hopefully I can get home in time. All right, mahalo for watching. Paniolo boys and go Cowboys.